أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to JemeilTv once again. Let us resume our study of Surah Al-Insan by taking a look at its revelation period. Most of the commentators, including Allama Zamhashri, Imam Razi, Qadi Bidawi, Allama Nizamuddin Nisaburi, Hafiz ibn Hasir, and many others regard it as a Makki surah, and according to Allama Alusi, the same is opinion of the majority of scholars. However, some commentators hold the view that the surah was revealed at Medina, and some others say that it was revealed at Mecca, but verses 8 to 10 of it were sent down at Medina. As far the subject matter and the style of the surah are concerned, these are very different from those of the Madani surahs. A little study of it rather shown that it is not only a Makki surah but it was revealed during the earliest period at Makkah, which began just after the revelation of the first seven verses of Surah Al Mudassir. As far as verses 8 to 10, they are so naturally set in the theme of the surah that if they are read in their proper context, no one can say that the theme preceding and following them had been sent down 15 to 16 years earlier, but these three verses, which were revealed many years later, were inserted here unnaturally. In fact, the basis of the idea that this surah or some verses of it were revealed at Medina is a tradition which has related from Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu. He says that once Hazrat Hassan and Hassan Rizwanullahi Ajma'in fell ill, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and some of his companions visited them. They wished Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu to make a vow to Allah for the recovery of the two children. Thereupon Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Fatma radiallahu ta'ala anha, and Fida, their maid servant, vowed a fast of 3 days if Allah restored the children to health. The children recovered by the grace of Allah, and the three of them began to fast as avowed. As there was nothing to eat in the house, Hazrat Ali borrowed 3 mayas sa of barley from somebody, according to another tradition, earned through labor. When on the first day they sat down to eat after breaking the fast, a poor man came and begged for food. They gave all their food to him, drank water, and retired to bed. The next day, when they again sat down to eat after breaking the fast, an orphan came and begged for something. They again gave away the whole food to him, drank water, and went to bed. On the third day, when they were just going to eat after breaking the fast, a captive came up and begged for food likewise. Again, the whole food was given away to him. On the fourth day, the Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu took both the children with him and went before Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on seeing the weak condition of the three, returned with them to the house of Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha and found her lying in a corner half dead with hunger. This moved him visibly. In the meantime, the angel Gabriel salam came and said, "Look, Allah has congratulated you on the virtues of the people of your house." When the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked what it was, he recited this whole surah in response. According to Ibn Mahran's tradition, he recited it from verse 5 till the end, but the tradition which Ibn Mardoya has related from Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu only says that The verse أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا was sent down concerning Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Fatima Razwanullah Ajmain, but there is no mention of this story in it. This whole story has been narrated by Ali bin Ahmad al-Wahidi in his commentary of the Quran entitled Al-Basit, and probably from the same it has been taken by Zamhashri, Razi, Nisapuri, and others. In the first place, this tradition is very weak as regards its chain of transmission. Then, from the point of view of its subject matter, also, it is strange that when a poor man or an orphan or a captive comes to beg for food, he is given all the food. He could be given one member's food, and the five of them could share the rest of it among themselves. Then this also is incredible that illustrious persons like Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu and Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, who possess perfect knowledge of Islam, should have regarded it as an act of virtue to keep the two children who had just recovered from their health and were still weak, hungry for 3 consecutive days. Moreover, in respect of the captives also, it has never been a practice under the Islamic government that they should be left to beg for food for themselves. For if they were prisoners of the government itself was responsible to arrange food and clothing for them. And if they were in an individual's custody, he was made responsible to feed and clothe them. Therefore, it was not possible that in Medina a captive should have gone about begging food from door to door. However, overlooking the weaknesses of transmission and the probability of subject matter, even if the narrative is accepted as it goes, at the most, what it shows is that when the people of the Holy Prophets sallallahu alaihi wasallam house acted righteously as they did, Gabriel came and gave him the good news that Allah had much appreciated their act of virtue, for they had acted precisely in the righteous way that Allah had commanded in these verses of Surah Ad-Dahr. This does not necessitate that these verses too were sent down on that very occasion. The same is the case with many traditions concerning the occasion of revelation. When about a certain verse it is said that it was sent down on a particular occasion, it in fact does not mean that the verse was sent down on the very occasion the incident took place, but it means that the verse applies precisely and exactly to the incident. Imam Sayyuti in Al-Itqan has quoted this from Hafiz ibn Taymiyyah. When the reporters say that a verse was sent down concerning a particular incident, it sometimes implies that the same incident or matter occasioned its revelation, and sometimes that the verse applies to the matter although it may not have occasioned its revelation. Further on, he quotes Imam Badruddin Zarkhashi view from his Al-Burhan fil Ulumul Quran. It is well known in respect of the companions and their immediate successors that when one of them says that a verse was sent down concerning a particular matter, it means that the ruling contained in it applied to that matter and not that the matter itself occasioned the revelation of the verse. Thus, it only uses the ruling of the verse for the purpose of reasoning and not for stating a fact. Al-Itqan fil Ulumul Quran, Volume 1, page 31, edition 1929. Refer.